Guys, some good news. It looks like you're going to be able to play SilverPalace very soon. And that's because at the moment, the sign up for the next beta test has begun and it runs until the 16th of July. If you take a little look over here on Game Press, 16th of July is when it's open till. And if we go from the last beta test, which was the monotype beta test, I believe, that closed on the 5th. And the beta test began on the 13th, so just over a week after the close of the sign-up, the test was available. So it doesn't mean that that's going to happen again, but if we just go off what's happened, then we should be looking towards the end of July. We're potentially, if you get in, of course, going to be able to play SilverPalace, which I'm actually looking forward to because I was pleasantly surprised by SilverPalace. It was much more enjoyable than I was expecting it to be. I am one of the people who's been a little bit loud about my fatigue with the open world gacha game space at the moment, but I was pleasantly surprised. I actually really enjoyed the exploration, although it definitely needs work and tweaking. The combat was better than what I was expecting, but also still needs lots of work. I was just worried it was going to be pure rotation slot. It does have some of that, but it felt a bit more like a brawler game, and I really like that. But that being said, it definitely needed work, so I'll be interested to see if the combat has improved. Just to let you know as well, guys, I'll leave a link down below the video. Go sign up for the beta right now, guys, okay? Get yourself a chance to get in. I have to say it's worth it because, as I said last time playing the game, I had a lot of fun. It was really good. The story seems interesting. The MC is not an amnesiac and actually has a set of skills that aren't just I'm the savior of the world, or at least it seemed that way anyway. I just really hope they lean into the actual detective stuff really heavily. But we've actually got the beta test trailer, the Black Knight Tango for the SilverPalace test. So while we're talking about it, should we check it out? This only went up 9 hours ago and has done over 100,000 views, so people are definitely looking like they're interested in this game. For a while, it seemed that people were a little bit unsure about SilverPalace, but it's starting to gain traction now, which is good to see. I'm interested to see if we get to see any combat here and whether it's improved, but it'll be hard to say. Like, one of the biggest issues with the combat was it was heavily parry focused, and for me, I definitely want to see them give more potential risk and options to negate damage and combat back, right? Because it just turns into a parry fest then, and I'm hoping they can move away from that. But that being said, I think there is bones of a good combat system here that just definitely need to improve it. But anyway, let's get into this trailer then, shall we? And see what they've got to show off, because I'm looking forward to this. Let's have a look. Gamer's got a... What's this here? Sole evidence involved airship crash vanishes. Bulgarian reactor prototype missing. Okay. We'll have a look back at some of these, what they're saying here, to get an idea of what they're talking about. It looks like we're getting a little bit of look at the male MC as well there, right? Got a nice bit of jiggle physics there. Okay, I like that they're showcasing the male MC.
Everyone has their eyes on the reactor.
Ooh, I don't know about the VA though. Who is that? Nerd-looking character?
Miss Benson.
Well, that
Okay.
is a rather serious accusation.
Damn. All right. Okay.
I hope you find the evidence, Detective.
I've already saw some images of her, and I'm just gonna say, yes, yes, more. Oh, those guns look cool. Like Type 100s with drum mags. Oh, okay. Shield user. Interesting. Oh, that's dope. Okay. I love this, It reminds me a little bit of the Sherlock Holmes movie with, the dude who plays Iron Man. I've totally forgot his name off the top of my head. When he's in the boxing match and he goes through the slow motion of what he's about to do to the guy. Robert Downey Jr., that's it. That just reminds me a little bit of that there. I'm loving the guns, though. Oh, we got a giant hammer here. I love the fact they're showing off the male MC this time. So far, the male MC's got no love. Please let that be me. Can we swap? Oh my days. That's the image that I'm talking about there. That's what I saw. Let that be me. Step on me, sit on me. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Oh my god. She's gorgeous. I'm all for the... Okay. Holy cow, look at those shoes. I think I'm here for the female MC, though. This looks really cool. This was as a trailer.
Detective, are you alright? Master, Alf is coming to help!
We got to use her in the last test. That character there, though, was new, right? We didn't get to see them in the last test, did we? The bunny girl with the armor on. Okay, so it looks like we're getting no gameplay then. It's a pretty badass trailer, though. She after a reactor. Okay. All right. I like the trailer. I would have liked to have seen some gameplay. I'm not going to lie. But we, hopefully, if I'm correct, we don't have to wait too long. Maybe just, just under a month, around about a month now. But let's have a little look back here because, oh my days. That's all I've got to say about that. Like, holy cow. Need I say more? Need I say more? I don't think that's the thumbnail right there. I don't think I need to say any more. But and the thing that's cool here, we've got this enemy with this big-ass hammer, which is dope to see. I do like the fact that they're showing off the male MC. That looks a little bit jank right there, though. It looks a little bit, I've got to admit, I'm not going to lie. Just looking at the character for the male MC there, it looks a little bit rough, that does. Looks a little bit rough. It almost looks like some sort of PS3 graphics. Anyway, let's not crap on things. I do like the fact that they're showing off the male MC, right? Because last time, through the marketing, should I say, it's been heavily weighted towards the female MC, which I'm totally fine with because I'm going to be playing as a female MC. I think she's... I'm going to say... I'm trying to remember back to the female MC's voice acting now. I think she's better, or at least I prefer it, at least, anyway. But I don't dislike the male MC at all. I think this is a cool-looking duo of MCs, right? It's kind of reminiscent of something like Reverse 1999 in the styling. I do love that we've got this unit here. Where is she? With the shield. This is cool. It looks like she's got some sort of heat element at the front of the shield as well, where maybe she could do some sort of concussive blast or something, as well as defending units. I'll be interested to see how that works. Can that be placed down and you switch out and take cover behind it or something like that? I'm not too sure. Again, we see that unit there. I do love the guns and stuff in this game because obviously it's got a steampunk vibe to it, right? So loving all of that sort of style of weapon. And these guys look like they're carrying like Type 100s, right? With drum magazines. Like these look badass, man. These do actually. And this rolls on about with like the Sherlock Holmes thing. I just remember the scene when he's going through the boxing match with the dude and he's like picturing what he needs to do beforehand. I don't think there's any sort of X-ray scenes, if I'm honest. I can't remember. It just reminded me of that anyway. But that's kind of cool. I like that. But again, for me, this game will be all about how deep they go into the detective mechanic. And it's one of my biggest worries that they don't go as deep as I hope they will, because it's the thing that makes it stand out. Like, you've got, like, Arknight's Enfield, right? It's got its factory system. Some people would like it to go deeper. Other people think it's too deep. But for me, like, some of these games really need to have the thing that makes them stand out. It might not be for everybody, right? But if it's not, it doesn't have that thing that makes it separate from everything else. It just becomes the same as all the other games, right? And I think if they really, really go hard on the detective mechanic, attempt to do like an LA Noire kind of thing, right, where you really have some potential stakes to the detective work, but being a gacha game and a live service game, how deep can they go? I don't know, right? I don't know, but I hope they really lean into it, even if because there's not going to be branching outcomes, right? But at least make it something that's failable, in the sense that you have to really start to figure things out and look into things rather than just look around, click, 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 scan, done. Right? I hope it goes a little bit more than that because it really should be the main part of this game, right? But back to this shield girl. Yo. Yeah, she's got some sort of flashbang, right? Yeah, it's a flashbang. Okay, so she drops that, flashes enemies, you switch out, you go ham on them. Okay, so it's not a concussive blast, it's more of a flashbang, which is actually really dope, though. Okay, interested to see that we're doing different things here. I like this. A cool setting. This enemy, like, bro, she needs to be playable, man. I hope she doesn't go into NPC jail. Then we've got this sort of big booby, like with the headdress that she's wearing kind of makes it look like Bunny is, but another shield unit here as well, right? So interesting that within this trailer we've got two different units that kind of look like tanky kind of units, right? So hopefully there's something we get to use in the actual test, right? Because I would like to see what they're doing with the combat and how they are going to make it feel, one, better, and two, a little bit different from the other games in the space, right? I think we're in a bit of an issue at the moment and going forward with all the combat becoming a little bit too similar. And last time I played this, right, I was really worried about the combat. And I came out thinking, right, I like the direction, but they're not there. They didn't land it. The combat needs a lot of work. It needs tightening up. It needs not just a super heavy parry base, but I like the sort of, it had a sort of real, like, brawler feel to it, and I don't know if that was because of the camera angle or what, but it kind of, I like that. Like, I'd like them to lean into that, give it a more beat 'em up feel. Be interested to see how the meta evolves going forward, though, right? The combat definitely needs work. Enemies need to be a little bit more aggressive as well, but again, it needs something other than just the parry, right? Like, it was very parry heavy. The parry was super powerful in the game, right? And I think it needs a little bit more than that. But I'm excited to see these new units, like this chick with the shield and the other chick. Obviously, we got to use her in the last beta with the flamethrower. But I'm interested to see how they're going to incorporate these sort of shield units into the game. That will be interesting. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this. But as I say, guys, hopefully very soon we're going to get to play this. As I said before, it was about a week after the sign-ups closed that the beta started. So if history's to go off, we could be playing this by the end of July. So I just thought I'd throw that information out there for you guys. As I said, I'll leave a link over to the website as well. If you haven't yet signed up, guys, do it now. Take you 5 minutes, if that's just a few questions on the games you've played and your specs. Pretty much standard affair, right? It'll take you 5 minutes, if that. Send me your email and then hope for the best. And yeah, hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll start to know when we're getting in, right? So closes on the 16th. So hopefully within that week, we find out if you've got in. And then hopefully it's not too soon after that, or long after that, sorry, that we actually get to play the game as well. Because I think this is one that could have a really cool narrative experience if they don't blow it. Because the setting and the story, what we got to play prior, and the characters, actually genuinely kind of cool, and an interesting MC as well. If you want to break away from the amnesiac MC that's like the savior of the world, at least so far, it seems like this might be that game, right? We've got an interesting MC that's got a history and has a set of skills in a job that's a little bit more grounded, and I really, really appreciate that, I do. But anyway, guys, I'd love to know what you think down below about SilverPalace. I'll leave a link. Check it out. Are you excited for the game? I'd love to know. I'm quite curious about this one. You'll have to let me know down below if you're excited about it, and I will see you all in the next one. Catch you later, guys. Ta-ra.